Joined Middlesex in 2013. Spent part of last season on loan at Kent. And he's been on loan at Glamorgan, certainly.
You would consider him, and I'm sure he would be offended, a journeyman cricketer, wouldn't you? Delaney bowls again to Lima Barnett, who cuts, and that's superbly fielded at point by Salter.
I would take issue with that.
You would say he's not a journeyman, or you say that was not superbly fielded?
No, they're not a journeyman. No.
Well, he's been around the block. How would you define a journeyman?
I think he's been better than solid. I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Right.
Journeyman, good solid pro. I think he's been better than that.
Lima Barnett plays the same shot fielded this time. Thunter square on the offside, no run.
9 for 34 in a match again, and 13 wickets in the match against Durham at Lords.
It's not necessarily a criticism, it's a solid pro, as you say. Wherever he turns up, he'll do a job.
Youngest man to take 10 wickets in a match for
All
Glamorgan.
right, he's better than a journeyman. They've taken away a slip now. They've got 2 slips and a gully as Langham most bowls to Lima Barnett, who goes on his haunches and just defends quietly on the offside to end the over. No run, 179 for 7. All on 3 and keeping Lima Barnett 129. It's been a good day's cricket actually, hasn't it? I've seen far worse days than this. The run rate is okay. It's going on quite nicely. It's a tumbling bit of everything. I think it's not. I think the pitch is suiting the bowlers more than it should be in this weather, but that's because they're appalling weather we've had leading up to this game.
All very strange. It was very overcast, cloudy first thing, and then it was around midday someone turned the switch on,
Pulled back the blanket, and then the blue sky came out. It's been with us ever since.
cloud disappeared. Cloud in the sky since. 179 for 7 Gloucestershire as Moral goes for a little walk. The other side he is ready. Hogan is chomping at the bit to deliver. Balls and Higgins leaves outside off stump through low to Chris Cook. Oh, sorry. Moral. We had lots of Higgins in the afternoon session. But, he's gone. Gloucestershire's top scorer so far. Lima Barnett grazing quietly at the non-striker's end, and Worrell shoulders arms again and allows one to go through outside.
That's why Worrell's attitude as a number 9. He's playing with discipline.
He's there for the long haul, isn't he? Looks like it. Tea at Edinburgh, Yorkshire, 205 for 8 against Notts. Hod, Andy Hod, the keeper, is 60 not out there. Hogan bowls, Worrell defending, back down the pitch, no run. And tea at the Oval, Surrey just restarting. Calm down, Rob. Calm down.
Oh, I just reached the switch a little bit too late then. I do apologise.
Just restarting after tea at the Oval, where Surrey are 187 for 5 against Hampshire. 3 wickets for Fidel Edwards there, the first 3. No one's past 50 yet for Surrey. Somerset against Worcestershire. Hogan balls down leg side. Beautifully taken by Chris Cook. Somerset made 202 all-outs, out of which Matt Renshaw scored exactly half, 101.
Good signing, obviously.
Ed Barnard, a maiden 5 for 52 for Worcestershire, who in reply in early trouble at 17 for 2. And Chelmsford, as Hogan balls and Worrell plays gently on the leg side to short mid-wicket, no run. At Chelmsford, Essex, 150 all-out, Lancashire 31 for 3. 3 for Jamie Porter, including both King Jennings and Hasib Hamid, the England.
Oh, yes. Been forgotten about, hasn't
points for England in sorting out their batting order. 179 for 7 here at Gloucestershire as Hogan bowls and Worrell drives, but gets it very much off the toe end of the bat, dribbling up to Murphy at mid-on. There's no run. 179 for 7 here on BBC Sport Online. Kieran Nima Barnett's 23, Dan Worrell's on 3. Main scorers so far: James Bracey 34, Ryan Higgins 43, 3 wickets for Marchant de Lange, 2 apiece for Michael Hogan, and early on for Lucas Carey.
Yes, he may have to shuffle his pack a bit, so because, as you mentioned, those 3 pacemen have got the wickets between them, and David Lloyd had a spell, didn't he?
12 overs to come until the new ball.
Yes, this is the time when you perhaps bring on David Lloyd to bowl 5 or 6 overs, short things for Peters. But it's de Lange continuing for the Ashley Down Road, and he bowls Nima Barnett. Nima Barnett goes forward a long way out of his crease and plays that defensively. This feels like a bowling for the run.
Yes, Lloyd will be keen to contribute, not only because he had a disappointing season last season, but because he might be under a bit of pressure from Craig Meshter.
Comes in again. And turned away nicely by Nima Barnett. Good timing as well. The field has to run round from long leg. There'll be 2 runs to the New Zealand, and 31 to him now, 181 for 7. Gloucestershire really needed someone to get a half century, don't they? Higgins is 43, and as you say, Bracey batted well for his 35, but he was out first ball after lunch, wasn't he?
Correct. Eugene de Lange's second slip.
So these 2 do need to stay there. Morgan would love to get a bat before the close of play. They've got 28 overs in which to get it. Nima Barnett goes forward steadfastly on the onside, defends. De Lange like that delivery.
Yes, it's edging up towards respectability now, Gloucestershire.
Well, as I say, you can never tell what the pitch is like, but it's going to get, if this weather continues, it's going to get better for batting, you would think.
Yeah, the outfield will dry out and become a bit faster as well.
Nima Barnett again defends, drives nicely. You've got another update to do.
A little bulletin piece in a moment on BBC Radio Wales.
You're very welcome. Get in touch with me at Bob Hunt Sport on the Twitter, should you desire to do so. Drives on the full and fielded nicely by de Lange off his own bowl as he stoops down to retrieve it. Just the 2 slips. Gummy as well. 2 touches put down in the slips today. That's defended again on the offside by Nima Barnett to end the over. 181 for 7. Nima Barnett on 31. Worrell on 3. 27 overs remaining in the day's play, so we should finish about 20 past 6. Which is about the norm, really. Surprised that Hogan's continuing with that. So the new ball is only 11 overs away. Hogan having a little chat, in fact, with de Lange and I'm sure he said, take your sweater, which indeed he has done, so he'll be rested, you would think, for the next 11 overs. As Hogan comes in and bowls to Walters on 3. Thinks they might go outside the off stump. got stumped and defended up to a point that there's no run. So I keep thinking it's Saturday, it's Friday, isn't it? It's Friday. Of course, every ball of every county championship match and every 50 over match and every T20 on the BBC. It's free, of course. Hogan comes in again and bowls and driven, but again comes straight to the fielder at point, who's very busy out there. Fairly deep as well. Johnson single bowl's not worried. Very disciplined innings from him. He's at 3. It's a crow, or a rook, one of the two. Hogan again. Stuck back bowls now to Orrell, and this time slightly leg side, and again all the time in the world, just puts his front foot forward and guides it to mid wicket, no run at all. A soporific time of the day. Just Gloucestershire, they stay there. It's a little more frustrating for Glamorgan to get these last 3 wickets. Comes to get bowls too. Just defends again, quite late this time from his crease. 4 members of the Glamorgan coaching staff continue their long walk around the perimeter. Here's some strong Bristol West Country accents in the headphones, but I've never seen of this country. Hogan comes in again and bowls too. Just soft hands, plays it square on the onside, and Hogan would probably think that's a bit of an innocuous over it. Didn't do much to either side, and I think Lloyd is going to come on from the Ashley Down. Yes, he is. Shot in the middle. Stops, catches indeed. He might have a few little bruises to show for his daily work. He has been busy behind the stumps. Because the ball certainly in the morning was swinging about a lot.
Yes, I mean, he hasn't had any chances off the edge. He's conceded 9 byes, but only one of those was actually his fault. And he's stopped a few errant deliveries here and there. As Lloyd is in, bowls near Barnett. Drives gently up to mid-on where there's no run.
I always think it's unfair on wicketkeepers. I know you're a wicketkeeper yourself, aren't you?
Occasionally, I mean, if my side is really desperate.
2 4 byes, 2 boundaries. Not the keeper. There should be a little. I think there should be a little mark you put in the scoreboard.
Not his fault.
Not my my fault. Not keeper's fault. Bad ball.
Yes.
They had no chance of stopping the two before.
As Lloyd is into bowl to Nima Barnett, up in the block hole, driven gently by Nima Barnett to Hogan at mid-on. So there's no run.
Pressed by Nima Barnett, as I say, is a very, very hard-hitting T20 player. But I think there's only one aggressive shot, really short delivery, wasn't it?
Yes, he tried to pull Salter and only got a single for that, didn't he, down to the backward square. He's gently moved on to 31 not out as Lloyd trying to dislodge him, bowls on off stump, and Barnett with a very firm defensive prod back down the pitch.
It's wicked away, is he?
So far, 2 slips, Selman and Donald. Lloyd has been operating at first slip when he hasn't been bowling. Selman, Donald, Ingram were the specialist slips last season as Lloyd bowls, and that's worked away by Nima Barnett through square leg. Murphy jogs round from fine leg. It's just a single. 182 for 7. Nima Barnett up to 32 not out.
Yeah, keeping the strike nicely, Nima Barnett. Tucked down wrong at the other end. Batsman to come for Gloucestershire, Liam Norwell and Matt Taylor. I would imagine that Liam Norwell will probably come in next. He's not bad, as they say. These days.
Keep tantalising me with that Norwell century. Martin Jenkins on Twitter says Higgins will be a good signing for Gloucestershire. I always thought he looked useful at Middlesex.
Yeah, he scored valuable runs for them at Cheltenham, I remember, in the game at the festival last year.
If you want to tweet us at NickWeb2017 and Bob Hunt Sport.
Here's Hogan coming to bowl to Nima Barnett. On the fens again.
Phil White asks, what's the deck like?
Damp. I would say.
Yes, hasn't really done an awful lot, has it?
No, it hasn't. It did this morning when it was very misty. We had unusual conditions first thing for the first hour, which was obviously aiding the bowlers. It was almost foggy, I would say, at one time. But then the mist suddenly cleared, and obviously it has dried out, but they're still bearing the marks of what has been an appalling month's weather. The ground staff, and that's a short ball which is ignored by Nima Barnett. It's outstanding.
That's a bit of a rarity, Hogan bouncer.
It didn't really bounce. I mean, the asked what the deck's like, didn't come up at all, did it really? I don't think it's been a short ball at all. I can't remember a really short one since it's done that day.
No, there's nothing really above shoulder height, I wouldn't say.
I mean, the ground staff around the country are unable to get on their wickets. It's terrible weather we had. March and beginning of April. Here's Hogan again bowls. And nice shot from Nima Barnett, turned away nicely. Cook for some reason scurries after him and has to throw the ball in with his gloves. It's a single to Nima Barnett. He moves on to 30. My head of the score. 32 he's on. 23
Yes, taking his gloves with him because there was an instance a couple of seasons ago where Colin Ingram was penalised for fielding the ball at the stumps using the glove that Cook had discarded.
Can't do that. No. Unless you shout out, I'm the keeper. Hogan bowls, and that's defended. I suppose, like football, you know, the goalkeeper has to say who's in goal. If he shouted out, I'm now the keeper, he might have got away with it.
I'm not sure if he'll do that.
I wonder if that counts as the underglove as well, you know, obviously 2 pairs of gloves if you're fielding with that, but with it probably would discard both.
Yeah.
Hogan trots in. Driven nicely by Rod. I'm sure he does single for it. I think he intended to play it more to mid wicket, but it came out square. 84 for 7.
Commentary team at Leicester have had their first homemade cake of the season.
Have they? I know, send that in. Sheila, was that Sheila, I think her name is? She says
Sally,
that's the one. Sally sends a lovely cakes in, yeah. Richard Ray gorging it with, who are they playing?
Sussex, so Adrian Harms.
He's not averse over the cake, I can tell you. ready for a comfort break. I hope that's all right, Nick.
Absolutely. Glamorgan's championship match at Hove this year is a day-night affair, which I'm not sure will be good for us or not. So won't be able to fully sample the delights of Brighton and Hove evening life, but might get a spell on the beach in the morning if all is well down on the south coast of England. Here you're listening to BBC Sport Online with Nick Webb and Bob Hunt. Guest contributions from Edward Bevan, who will be fully at the controls tomorrow with Ed Seaborn, while Bob Hunt commentates on Forest Green Rovers against Chesterfield. And I commentate on Cardiff Blues against Pau in the European Challenge Cup. 184 for 7 on a glorious afternoon, but the cricket's become slightly soporific in this period before the new ball as Worrell drives through the offside. First ball of David Lloyd's over and just takes a single out towards Jack Murphy, away to our right, coming in from underneath the scoreboard. It's a pretty wide playing area here at the Brightside County Ground in Bristol, with the rope just about 5-10 metres in from the advertising boards on our right, and probably about 10 metres on our left as well. So they're using the majority of the available playing area. Wicket pretty much central. Lloyd bowls, Nima Barnett pushes on the offside out into the covers, no run. Kieran Nima Barnett 32 not outs, having been second top scorer with 18 last week in the first innings against Kent, where Gareth Roderick's 51 got Gloucestershire an invaluable first innings lead. Nima Barnett's now faced just over 100 balls. Lloyd bowls to him, and he'll get a single here, driving through the offside. And this is developing into a little bit of a no man's land in the game, with Gloucestershire content to tick along at 2 runs and over. Glamorgan content to get through the overs before the no ball. Bob had to content to contemplate the last piece of his custard slice. I've had 2 halves, so I'm not complaining.
You can have another bit.
No. That will do me for the day, thank you. 186 for 7 as Lloyd bowls to Worrell, who turns to mid-wicket and doesn't get a run.
Game's not as exciting as it is this session, which is fair enough. Runs hard to come by.
We saw 86 runs off 30 overs in the first session for the loss of 4 wickets. We saw 86 for the loss of 3 wickets in the afternoon session. That was 36 overs. As Lloyd bowls full, Worrell drives but straight to mid-off, and there's no run. Since tea, it's been well under 2 runs and over.
Yeah, we've had 8 overs.
8 and a bit since tea, and only 14 runs have been added.
Well, this is what it's all about, isn't it?
Hashtag proper cricket. Lloyd bowls, and that's pushed defensively up to mid-off by Worrell. End of the Lloyd over, 186 for 7.
And Cook's running off for some reason. Get a helmet to the right would do. Yes, you might do, because what is it? Might be spin coming.
Spin time?
Yeah.
Yes, be a logical time to have spin, and it will be spin in the form as previously of Andrew Salt. 12 overs, 5 maidens, 0 for 9 to date.
I'm sorry, I've just taken a mouthful.
Do you want me to do this over as well?
I'm sorry. It's a bit of pastry, I'm sorry about that.
Andrew Salter then into the attack.
Professional.
For his 3rd spell of the day, bowling practice delivery as usual. to mid-on, which is Marchant to De Lange. De Lange and Hogan are deep at mid-on and mid-off for the miscued shot over the top. Mid-wicket and fine leg aback, but that's on off stump and forced by Nima Barnett out of the covers. Fielded by Murphy though on one of the old strips, which is virtually grassless.
Let's see what that is.
As Salter right arm around the wicket off spin. Ball short and flat, and this will be runs. It could be 4 runs as Nima Barnett gets on the back foot and just places it through the offside, well wide of Murphy. Nothing about it. 190 for 7. Kieran Nima Barnett is 37 not out.
That's well used. Couple of strips in the way to our right as well. The tent was they did practice inside of the mid-10.
Ah, right. Salters in there. Wickets and balls. Nima Barnett pushes on the side wide field and short wicket, and there's no run. They've already got some practice, some strips out. Back of their pavilion at the Swelling Stadium, so they're actually on the playing ground. Salter bowls, Nima Barnett forces another one into the offside, this time straight to Murphy. Covered boundary, the single taken, 191 for 7.
Are you playing at Swansea this year?
There is a one-day game and a championship game at Swansea.
Oh, I love Swansea.
It's a beautiful view, isn't it, from the bank there?
The only place you can see the sea from
Salter over the wicket to Worrell, who turns around the corner for a single as midfields safely home, 92 for 7. Those games at Swansea, they're a little bit apart. They try and get closer together than this usually, but June the 3rd they're playing Hampshire in a Royal one-day cup game, championship game. After Salter's delivery, which Nima Barnett pushes to point, and there's no run. The championship game at Swansea is against Derbyshire, and that's June the 20th to the 23rd.
Midsummer's Day.
So yes, details for those listening in South West Wales who look forward to that time of year. And the match at Colwyn Bay for evenings in the north is August Bank Holiday Week, August the 29th to December.
So they play, there's no natural.
Warwickshire, it's not too far from
It's the nearest, isn't it?
Midlands.
A couple of days when Lancashire used to play there.
Oh, the trouble is it used to be virtually a home match for the Lankies because they were so poor on the A55 there.
Here is Lloyd continuing from the actually now Merlin is bowling to Worrell, and Worrell drives nicely and fielding nicely as well. Went around on the bounce, shields his head 6 to 1, 192 for 7, 8 runs shy of a first batting. They've done well, Gloucester, haven't they? I mean, it's not exactly electric cricket. They've dug themselves out of a hole, particularly these two. They've only added 24 runs for this wicket, which Paul's contributed 6. He's facing now. Again he drives, again it's fielded well by Brown. Lloyd, I beg your pardon, of his own bowling.
Yeah, from 86 for 5 the ball after lunch. This has been a decent recovery from Gloucestershire.
They've got to get their heads down.
No spectacular shots, no real big scores, but
A lot of time left in the game.
3 of them have chipped in.
Worrell faces again, lets that one go outside the off stump, and there's a spot. Well, it's going to be exciting in 5 overs' time. The new ball is taken, which I'm sure they will do.
Trying to dislodge these two. Fairly well settled. Worrell's only got 6. He's been there.
He's still good. He's batting sensibly, I think. He's in good form.
52 minutes now.
Yeah, he's done well. He's facing 2 slips and a gully behind him, and
interesting to find out whether any Gloucestershire supporters are interested in trundling over the Severn Bridge to watch the Western Warriors, Wizards, whatever.
I doubt it. We were mystified. We were sort of promised, because lots of emails which apparently came between Somerset and the Lords as Lloyd comes in again, that's defended it. Run into the over 194 for 7 on 6, on 38. But there was sort of, I think there was a half promise that it would be shared between Bristol and Taunton, Westland, Taunton would get involved somehow, and it came as a shock, which is ridiculous, really. I'm nothing against Cardiff at all. Living Cornwall, definitely on the cards. Where are the other ones things? Farce.
Yes, they want it in the big stadium, and Bristol has a decent enough capacity with all the extra seats in.
It's bigger than the Sapphire Gardens, apparently, but it's full in here.
Salter Bowls. Forward comes Nima Barnett. No run. Yeah, the SSE Swalex ran just under the 15,000 mark.
Because without temporary seating put on the left-hand side there, it's apparently it's a bit bigger than it used to be.
Salter round the wicket to left-hander, and that's driven hard at him by Nima Barnett. Salter got a hand to it.
I think it would have been a brilliant catch, but I think that was about 6 inches off the ground all the way, and judging by his reaction, it was a great stop. That was the first time that Nima Barnett's really shown his aggression. The Worrell comes down and says, "Don't do any of that again, mate."
Remains there on 38 not outs. Salter bowls, and Nima Barnett pushes back down the wickets. There's no run. Yeah, came back so quickly that Salter probably did well to field it. Field it. Maybe a half chance as he bowls that one short and flatter. Barnett just back on his stumps, forcing comfortably out to cover. Deep cover. Jack Murphy fields. 195 for 7. Nima Barnett 39. This is all a far cry from the depths of 86 for 4 at 1:41 p.m. The ball after lunch. Since then, just when we're at 10, Higgins 43 to go. Salter drifts one slightly down leg side. Morrell turns it away with the spin. Thinks of coming back for a second run, but it wasn't. It doesn't get well. The running is getting soporific now as well, isn't it? 196 for 7.
Well, as soon as he played, I think there's one there, and he didn't even bother turning, so there was a second post.
Batting point potentially just one blow away, and here is that blow as it's skied over mid-off. Will it get to the boundary? Yes, it does. That is the batting point for Gloucestershire, who recover from 86 for 5 to 200 for 7 as Kieran Nima Barnett moves on to 43 not outs.
Yeah, good aggressive shot from Nima Barnett. It's the first time he's really taken on the spinner. It was popped, didn't it, a little bit? It didn't clear the boundary by much. Well done, Kieran Nima Barnett. But we have only 4, is that right? 5 overs to go to the new ball could be taken. No, 4, 76 overs have been bowled, 20 overs left in the day. So the time is now, what is it, 8 minutes to 5? No, 3 minutes
3 minutes to 5. 20 overs left. Yeah, we're heading for a finish at 20 past 6 as things stand.
Which is fine. I've known far worse.
Nima Barnett poised to become top scorer, now level with Higgins.
But it's Worrell facing.